Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Stupid as a Norm, the channel where we demonstrate how to become a millionaire in 10 years whilst earning only minimum wage. And in this video I want to talk about the secret to happiness. Now let's be clear, there's a lot of nonsense talked on YouTube and everywhere else about happiness, about whether in particular money can make you happy. Money can't make you happy. You decide whether to be happy. Happiness is a decision. I'm generally an optimistic person and therefore generally happy. I like to think I can create, hopefully, the conditions in which my family too can be happy. But I can't make them happy. That's their decision. It's their responsibility to make themselves happy. I'm out of control of that altogether. It's your personal responsibility to decide to be happy. Bergson, the French philosopher. Ooh, listen to the Geordie taxi driver talking about Henri Bergson. Henri Bergson, the French philosopher, was said about time and happiness. He said there's two types of time. There is clock time, that is to say how we measure the day and we split it into bits so that we can organize our day. And there is proper time, real time. And he defined that as being when you're totally absorbed in something, that it occupies all the space in your head and you totally forget about time. Now this could be anything, it could actually be at work, but it's more likely to be spent on something that absorbs you. Maybe it's walking in the woods, maybe it's sitting on a beach, maybe it's a hobby, whatever it is you're doing, but you're so lost that you lose track of time. And he said that's real happiness, where what you're doing, what you're focusing on is making you happy to the exclusion of everything else. Now, I'm just going to leave that one with you because there's something else I want to mention. I was watching a video earlier in the week by Richard Dawkins, the English philosopher and scientist, and he was in the Tibetan mountains visiting some monks up there in the pursuit of happiness and what made people happy. And the Buddhist monk he was talking to said that happiness does not come from outside, it's not material things, but it comes from going inside. And I thought to myself, yeah, that's true. But the only reason the Buddhists can say that is because they don't have to go to work. Their total material goods that they require to live, that is food and money to pay the bills and what have you, comes from the local villages. So they don't have to work. That means they've got a lot of other time, free time, clock time, which they can convert into what Henri Bergson would call real time, because they can then go inside and meditate. But they can only do that because they don't have to work. Unfortunately, we normal people don't have that luxury. We've got to go to work. We spend probably 40 hours a week for a normal person, 40 hours a week at work, and then on the way to work you're probably thinking about work, and then on the way home you're probably thinking about work, and also a large time that when you're not at work, like especially on a Sunday, you're planning for work through the following week. And so we spend a whole lot of our time thinking, if not while at work, we're thinking about work, planning for work, and what happened the day we were at work and what we're planning to do the following day, which means our world is full of clock time. Unlike the Buddhist monks who don't have to do that stuff, we don't have that luxury. So our clock time is taking up our, what Henri Bergson would call, real time. And therefore, the only way I think you can be truly happy and be absorbed in Henri Bergson's real time is to take away the need to work. And the way you do that is for you to become financially independent. And I think it's the precursor to happiness. I don't think you can be truly happy. I don't think you can be truly absorbed all the time or as much as you can in Henri Bergson's real time if you're working, if you need to go to work to generate income to pay the bills. So if you're in pursuit of happiness, then I think the first step to becoming happy is to negate the need to work. Negate the circumstance in which you have to be absorbed almost totally in clock time because you're thinking of ways to generate income to pay the bills, to pay the gas, electricity, the mortgage, to buy food and such like. That, not unsurprisingly, takes up a lot of time, but if you can free yourself from that time, there's a whole lot more time in which you can fill with Henri Bergson's real time and go do the things that you want to do that will totally absorb you and allow you to forget about clock time. Now, for many people, it happens accidentally. Many people just go through their normal life and will accrue some time in a pension and then hopefully some state pension around when you guys retire, and that allows them to stop work. And what they do is they become able to forget about work, but what they haven't done is to plan for what to do with all this extra time. How do you find yourself creating this real time that Bergson talked about when you haven't planned for it? Instead, what they end up with is they end up with enough money to cover all the bills, but they've got this time which they don't know what to do with. And so they sit around watching television or doing stuff to fill the time, to pass the time, instead of creating ways to be absorbed in real time. So to plan for happiness, you need to plan a way to become financially independent. That'll either be through selling your business if you're an entrepreneur, it'll either be through creating a portfolio of properties, or it will be some form of investment via an ISA, an ETF, or your pension. That's that bit sorted, but then you need to plan for how you're going to spend your life, how you're going to live within this time that's available to you, and not enough people do that. And then you need to decide when you want it. Don't be as stupid as me and waiting around for 57 years before you decide you want it, before you create a plan. Do it a lot earlier. The opportunities are there for you. The opportunities that I'm exploring and exploiting now are there for you at your age now, whatever age you are. You can plan your happiness, you can become financially independent, and you can fill that time that's then available to you with all things that absorb Henri Bergson's time. Don't be like me, don't be stupid, don't be normal, guys.